Pregnancy Institute is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization which was originally created to study normal pregnancy to understand abnormal pregnancy. The text that we offer you is called Silent Risk, and the text is for the purposes of helping the couple understand the mystery of cord accidents, which is a part of the bigger picture of stillbirth. United States stillbirth is 30,000 to 40,000 deaths per year. Umbilical cord accidents, we believe, are 6,000 to 8,000 of those deaths every year. So we have created this text, which is online, that you can download to the patient so she can begin to read about what took place, which is a big step in helping them recover from the tragedy. This is from the Royal College of OB/GYN. I've often been asked by physicians of these patients and in various circles if I've been peer-reviewed and what the credits are to this presentation. The presentation you're going to see, which is always developing, was originally presented as a study to the Royal College of OB/GYN in London, and this was the group that was there that heard that paper. Pregnancy Institute has conducted a study called the Perinatal Umbilical Cord Project, which was the goal of studying 1,000 normal pregnancies relative to the issues of umbilical cord. And we presented the findings of that study to this group after 1,000 cases. We're now up to 1,500 cases. So it's an ongoing, continuous, prospective observational study. From 1770, this is attributed to my wife Candace. She found the original version of the Encyclopedia Britannica, which was published in Edinburgh, Scotland. And what's interesting is if you look through it, it has a considerable amount of material, 20 pages on obstetrics. And it had a couple of pages on umbilical cord accidents. So if you look at this picture, it's a great way to start off saying, why in 1770 are they making note of this baby with a cord around the neck, cord around the arm, cord around the body, and a true knot? There is more material in the 1770 Britannica book than there is in the Williams Obstetrics book of 2003. So we have a problem. That's how many babies are dying a year just to cord accidents out of 40,000. That's how many babies are dying to congenital anomalies. That's the number of babies dying of low birth weight, which may or may not be true. There's a lot of skinny people walking around the world today, aren't there? 2,000 to 3,000 are due to beta strep. 2,000 due to SIDS, now 500. So why is an issue that represents 3 times SIDS, maybe 2 times other issues, completely ignored in the obstetrical realm? Millions of dollars for AIDS research, not a single penny spent for this issue. So let's take a look at how we think. How do we think? Look at the number of births and problems per 100,000 live births. Anencephaly, spina bifida, which now you can go get a surgery for spina bifida, maybe 100 babies a year get that surgery, but yet there's 8,000 babies dying of cord accidents. So if we use this criteria of what's important, if our science says things are important when they reach 1 per 1,000, cord accidents represent 2 to 4 per 1,000, why aren't we talking about it? If we look at causes of infant mortality per 100,000, why are congenital anomalies and abnormalities at the top of the list at 1 per 1,000, and we're not talking about cord accidents at 2 to 4 per 1,000? So that is the beginning of my argument, my discussion, that if we are looking at an issue of that magnitude, it is not rare. Not only is it not rare, it supersedes other issues that are less frequent that we're spending much more money and attention on. So my argument is, why aren't we talking about cord accidents? So if we compare it, let's take shoulder dystocia. Published literature, 1 baby per 1,000 with shoulder dystocia has an injury. And it can repeat itself. We all know about shoulder dystocia. Every OB nurse in this room sweats when the doctor pulls and the baby doesn't come out. Everybody sweats when there's shoulder dystocia. We talk about it, we know what we're going to do about it, but yet it's a 1 in 1,000 experience. So how do we gain knowledge and know how to deal with it when it's a 1 in 1,000 event? That's 100 babies per year, over 10 years, 1 event. Yet cord entanglement represents 25% of all born babies. 1 in 1,000 deformities, cleft lip, cleft palate. If an ultrasonographer, who's the ultrasonographer here? If you don't find a cleft lip, cleft palate, what happens? Okay. and they're upset. So we have to find the cleft lip, cleft palate at the 20-week ultrasound. Yet it's a 1 in 1,000 event, and it doesn't kill the baby. But yet we know about it. We are obligated to look for it on ultrasound, but it doesn't kill the baby. So here's an event that doesn't even kill the baby, that's in our obstetrical training that we have to find, and if we fail, supposedly there's litigation. 1 in 1,000 fetal deaths due to gestational diabetes, if that much. Large study out of Saudi Arabia, which I'll show you in a second. We know about gestational diabetes. We go crazy trying to define gestational diabetes. There's 3 basic definitions. They don't agree. Yet we're trying to do something about it with diet, et cetera, et cetera. But it only causes 1 baby's death per 1,000. Preeclampsia causes less than 1 death per 1,000. I bet you that surprises you. Has anybody ever heard that statistic before? How many babies die of toxemia? Did you ever think that it was 1 per 1,000 or less? It is. Why is such an unusual event so intense? Because we take blood pressures of mothers every day to look for that preeclamptic. Yet we know, according to current information, that no matter whether you give mag sulfate or Aldomet or what you give, it doesn't matter. The outcomes are the same. Yet we're struggling to find the preeclamptic patient. Why? Just 1 death per 1,000. Cord accidents is 2 to 4 per 1,000. 1,000 deaths due to IDGR, if in fact that's the cause of death. 2 per 1,000 deaths at the minimum due to cord accidents. I think it's more, but it's conservative published literature. Okay? If we think by statistical weight that these are the issues that are important to obstetrics, then why, by the same comparison, are we not talking about cord accidents?